welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome here to more build-up ahead of Barcelona taking on Mallorca on Saturday evening on the return of La Liga football. And all of us here, we absolutely cannot wait for the game to get started. And like I say, this here is the second video. Earlier on, we did have the match preview. Go and check that out if you haven't already on the channel. But right here now, we are going to be talking from a tactical aspect. We're going to be discussing exactly how Quique Setien not only could line up in this game, not only the players who are going to be out there in that starting 11, but what sort of shape we're going to see, particularly there in the front three. And also, we are going to be assessing how our opposition are going to be lining up and how we can look to exploit them. It's all coming up in today's video. We're getting closer now. Come on. And the first thing we do have to do in today's video is cast our eyes here on the players who are not going to be available for this game, because I think this is going to be a bit of a running theme given the fact the games are going to be coming so quick in succession. We are going to see suspensions, we are going to see injury problems. It's kind of inevitable. But what we've got in this game coming up against Mallorca, Clement Lenglet is going to be suspended. He picked up there his 5th yellow card just before the break, so he's not going to be able to play against Mallorca. And of course, Ousmane Dembele not eligible to play in La Liga, and also right now still on the injury list. But I also want to draw your attention there to the guys who are at risk of suspension, and I think that's really important coming into this game, because Suárez, Samuel Umtiti and Jordi Alba, all three of those could play on Saturday, and all three of them are just 1 yellow card away from a suspension. And as you can see there, we've got Mallorca on Saturday, then on the Tuesday we play Leganés at home, before then a massive test and a huge trip to Sevilla. And I just wonder there, on Saturday, are we going to see 1 or 2 yellows picked up? Because you do feel as though the likes of Alba, Umtiti there, Suárez, all three of those are going to be very key to our plans over the coming games. And I do feel as though 1 or 2 of those missing Leganés is much better than missing Sevilla, which would really impact our plans. So that's something there to bear in mind during the game. And with Clement Lenglet indeed being suspended, and of course recently with Nelson Semedo actually breaching their La Liga protocol with regard there to the quarantine period, he actually went out associated with people that he really shouldn't have been, and as a result he did miss Thursday's training session as a precaution. And I think that really sets in stone the back line. We're definitely going to have Ter Stegen in goal, we're definitely going to have Jordi Alba, Samuel Umtiti, Piqué, and now Sergio Roberto nailed on to start in that right back position. And then going forward from there, we're definitely going to see Sergio Busquets starting there in that holding midfield role. Of course, De Jong is going to be involved in midfield. Messi is absolutely fine to start, and Antoine Griezmann as well is going to be in that front three. But who's going to be the extra man in midfield, and who is also going to partner Messi and Griezmann up front? Well, in midfield, I think the 3 choices right now to start are either Arturo Vidal, Ivan Rakitic, or Arthur Melo. Now, if it was me, I think I'd be leaning there either between Vidal or between Arthur. I don't think that it is going to be Arthur though, and I don't think it's going to be Rakitic either. I think that Vidal will get the nod to start this game against Mallorca. And then in the front three, it is interesting. I think I would have originally gone with Suárez, but I think the way that Setien has been talking, he's been saying, I'm not quite sure whether Suárez is ready to play 90 minutes. I'm not really sure whether he's ready to start. And I just feel as though they're not convinced yet that Suárez is going to be fully ready to start this game. I think he's going to come off the bench, and as a result, that spot is up for grabs. And I do believe this might be Braithwaite's time. And before we do go on there to exactly how we can get at Mallorca, exactly how we can exploit their defence, let's just take a quick look at exactly how they could shape up in this kind of game. And if we look here at the games they played against Real Madrid and also ourselves to start off with, they have started there with the back 4. They usually have 1 or 2 there sitting in midfield. Quite often they will rely on those wider players to help them out, to try and get them up the pitch. And certainly there, BUDIMIR is going to be leading the line, and he is a player to look out for from Mallorca. He is by far and away their big danger man. He's got 9 La Liga goals this season, which is over 30% of Mallorca's total goals in La Liga. That guy is really providing the goals for them. He scored 2 at the Camp Nou back in the reverse fixture, and he will be one to keep an eye on. And as you can see there as well, in their victories against Villarreal and also Valencia, it was that back 4 with 2 or 3 there in the close midfield area with wide players, and then BUDIMIR leading the line. And I think what we are going to see when we come up against Mallorca is exactly exactly how they played in every single game at home against some of the big clubs in La Liga. They don't have much of the ball. In all of these games, they had less than 40% possession. They don't get many passes together. They are going to be a team, I feel, who definitely look to sit deep, soak up the pressure, and we are definitely going to dominate the ball. I would say here 70, maybe even 80% possession of Barcelona. That's what I'd expect to have. But certainly, we've got to make that count. We have to turn that possession here into cutting-edge passes. We've got to take risks on the ball. We've got to try and open Mallorca up. And exactly how we do that, well, let's discuss. Because like I say, I think what we are going to see from Mallorca, and they're not going to be ashamed to do it, they're going to be very, very deep in the field, they're going to relinquish there the possession of the ball, and they're going to be quite happy to sit back here and soak up that pressure and sit very, very deep and try and close down here all of this space in the final third. So Barcelona are going to be allowed here some quite easy possession. We're going to be allowed here to have our line very, very high in the field. And I also don't think we got too much to worry about, as I'm going to come on to, with Mallorca here in behind. So Barcelona are going to be here playing the ball around in quite good areas. What we are going to see then, as we know, is Messi come inside. Now, at the moment, we think that Griezmann will lead that line. If Braithwaite is involved, he's going to be here somebody who I think is very, very important because he's going to be there as more of an unpredictable player. You've got Griezmann, you've got Messi, and they are going to smother them. They're going to defend very, very narrow, and they're going to get bodies there around Griezmann and around Messi. Now, Braithwaite usually would thrive in behind, but I don't really see there being any space. So what he's actually going to do here is just come out wide. He's just going to make runs out there and just drag a few players out of position. Because I think why Braithwaite in this kind of game could be so key is because of that energy. Because he's going to be non-stop moving. And defenders do not like to mark somebody who won't keep still. He's not just going to stand out here and wait for the ball. He's not just going to wait there in the centre of the field and hope that he gets picked out. He's going to keep moving. He's going to come out here. He's going to bring a few men across. Then he's going to make a run inside. Then he's going to keep himself moving all of the time, all the while making Mallorca consistently shift their position. Because what it's easy to do is mark players who are standing still. If we're static, if there's no movement, you're going to have a team here who are going to be incredibly deep. They are going to soak up that pressure and they're going to love it. They are going to absolutely love players who want to stand still. And for the midfield, we've got to give them options. When it's here with Busquets, when it's here with De Jong, they will have time on the ball because Mallorca will be deep enough. But like I say, you've got to have that movement. Braithwaite has got to be on the move. Griezmann as well. He's got to be trying to pick up spaces here between the centre-backs, in between the full-back. Messi, as you know, may drop deep to get the ball. And then it's even more responsibility then on the shoulders of Griezmann and Braithwaite to get into good areas. But I also think that it could be very, very interesting to see what Arturo Vidal can bring to proceedings. Because again, if Barcelona are playing the ball around in these sort of areas, Braithwaite can be unpredictable on the one side, but also Arturo Vidal can also there operate when Messi drops in. When Messi there drops into that playmaking role, Vidal can go beyond him. That's something there that you will get from Vidal. He can go into more advanced positions and basically, again, just take up a man. Now, it doesn't always have to be played into Vidal. We don't always have to pick him out. We don't always have to there rely on him to actually get in the area, but he takes a marker away, and that is so important. We need players there who are forcing Mallorca to look over their shoulder, to have a little look round, because against these kind of teams who will be happy to sit so deep, they're not going to have any shame in doing that. They're a newly promoted team battling for points. You've got to find a way to stay on the move, keep them moving, shift that shape around, and create some space. And when we do that, we can score. And I do also there want to highlight another particular area that I feel Barcelona should be positive about coming into this kind of game, because I don't feel as though Mallorca have an outball. I don't really think as though there, we've spoken about BUDIMIR, he is a very, very good finisher, but he's more of a target man. He's more of somebody there who's going to wait for the ball, he's going to wait for the service, and then he can strike. He's not going to do it all on his own. Because look at these graphics here, against Real, against Sevilla, against Sociedad. Like I said earlier on, they are happy there to relinquish possession of the ball. They are happy there to sit very, very deep. But look there, down the middle. They don't often have somebody there down the middle who can cause you problems. And all of Mallorca's attacking play against these top sides, it came down the wings. That's where they're going to try and hurt Barcelona. And that's the area that we have to be very aware. And I think really there, in order to shut down that threat there of somebody who does have 9 La Liga goals, BUDIMIR, like I say, is a good finisher, what we have to do is shut that service off. Don't really allow here this extra man in midfield to get close to him. Try and keep the distance there. Busquets is going to be after on his game. They're going to have to cover him behind here when Mallorca are on the counter-attack. But their only outball is going to be with these wide players. They're going to be trying to get in there. They're going to be trying to get in there. And basically it is going to come down to, maybe for Mallorca, getting crosses there into the box for BUDIMIR. And set pieces wingers to try and get a chance, because other than that, I don't really see BUDIMIR being able to pick up the ball there and run into the Barcelona half. He's not really that kind of player, and they're going to be relying on players to get close enough to him to bring him into the game. And of course, one man to keep an eye on, one of those wingers, it may be KUBO, the former Barcelona B player, now contracted to Real Madrid, out on loan at Mallorca. And if he does play out wide, he's lightning quick, and he'll be playing with a point to prove. So that is all, guys, in terms of the tactics coming into this game. I think the most important thing for Barcelona here is to stay nice and patient. It may take time to wear Mallorca down. It may take time there to get back into the rhythm of playing again. But ultimately, we have enough quality, we have enough belief, enough confidence, and hopefully now, enough fitness to keep ourselves going for the full 90 minutes, however long it takes to break that door down. We must do it, because we have to win. We simply have to win. And on Saturday, let's all hope we're celebrating a victory. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. There will probably still be one more video coming up for you when I'm going to be discussing all of Quique Setien's quotes and everything he said in the build-up to this game. And in that video, I might let you know my prediction. It's all coming up for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed the videos so far. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.